What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Damo Tenno back at you again with another video. Um, Today is gonna be another daily life video, kind of highlighting my time here in the quarantine hotel, and the process leading up to getting here. So essentially, pre-departure, everything we had to do before we left, airport stuff we had to do when we were there, and the situation here at the hotel. So let's do it. Let's get right into it. So pre-departure, um, just real quick. There's not really much to talk about, and my situation, uh, will be a little bit different because I came on the jet program. So people who are just coming to Japan independently might have different documents that they need, but I would assume it's all the same, right? So what we needed was, okay, so you won't need this one. Uh, One is a pledge from Claire, from the jet participant to Claire. Claire is like the overarching international transportation body that exists. The person who's getting us from America to Japan. Uh, a pledge from Claire to the three ministries. They send that to us, so we don't even do anything with that. Uh, you need proof of a negative, test for COVID, and that has to be 72 hours before your international departure. So if you leave from, you know, a city to go to another city in the States, the time starts from when you leave from that place going to Japan. So for us, our international departure was on the 6th at 11:40. So we couldn't get our test done any sooner than 11:40 on the third, right? 72 hour frame. So yeah, that was uh that was that. And then you have to fill out this thing online. It's a questionnaire, and they'll give you a QR code, and you'll need it when you get to Japan. Uh, and yeah, that's really it. You need those four things, and I think the most nerve wracking one was the COVID test. Obviously, I quarantined 2 weeks before. Actually, I stopped working a month before departure, and 2 weeks I was just kind of like chilling, hanging out with some friends before I left. And then the last 2 weeks was strict. I didn't leave the house, quarantine, and waiting on that test result, because if it was positive, we've been waiting a whole year for this, right? Because I was a part of the 2020 cohort, so I was supposed to be left last year. Everything's been postponed for about a year, and if I wouldn't be able to go this time, I would have been devastated. Honestly, would have been sad who as hell, honestly. And luckily, it was negative, as I'm here, right? And with all four of those documents, you take them to the airport, get there, show them all the documents, get the luggage, in there, checked in, go. Funny story though. My luggage, one of my luggage, I had two suitcases and one carry on. So one of my luggage was overweight, and I knew it was gonna be overweight, and I was ready to pay, but I was trying to check to see if I had enough money transferred from my savings to my checking, and I messed up and locked myself out of my account. So once I got up there, I was like, "Can you just check the card, see if it goes through?" It didn't go through. Um, so I was like panicking. Like, I finally got all the way up here, and I have the money. It's just in my savings. How am I gonna get through this? Tried everything. Asked a friend, because he said, if anybody needs some help, I'm here. I got extra money. It's good. But when I asked him, he wanted to make sure that he was good first before he could help me. And I was like, fair enough. I tried everything, trying to reset the password, yada yada. Luckily, I was able to call and get the money transferred. I forgot that was even an option. I've never done it. I've only ever done it through the app. So I called, got the money transferred, got through, got in. Everything else was pretty smooth sailing. Went from Nashville, that's where we departed from, to go to Atlanta, and from Atlanta to Haneda. And at Haneda, that's when things started getting interesting. It took us 3 hours to get to customs. And if you've ever flown anywhere, outside of the country, it does not take that long to get to customs, right? Now, because we're in the middle of a pandemic, they have 6 stations you have to go through, 6 different groups of people that you got to show all your documents to. If you have a vaccination card, show them that, and they'll mark it on your papers. And then, and like on the fifth station, you get to all those stations. You're waiting in line at each one. It takes a hot minute. Honestly, really getting through those stations isn't really that bad. Where it really you start waiting is at the COVID test. Like it probably takes about an hour or so, hour 30 to get through all those stations. You get to the COVID test. You have to spit in a container, and then you go and wait for about an hour, basically. Like there's a board where your number pops up because they have your number from your test written right here on one of your papers. And the last 3 digits is the digits that are going to pop up on the board. And when yours pop up, then you go up there, they tell you what your results are, and then you go to customs. But because we're not the only ones trying to get into the country, like it's other people, other Japanese people who are re-entering the country and whatnot. So it took a hot minute, so long to get through customs. And once we finally got through, I was so happy. I was just like, yes, yes, yes. We here. We in the country now. They can't tell. They can't turn me back. I can't go now. They can't. They can't send me back to the States. I'm here. I'm here. I ain't going nowhere. And get to the hotel. Boom, hotel. We're here. Get all these papers, and it's kind of overwhelming trying to go through all the documents. They give you a phone. I actually have it right here. This thing here. It's a phone that the Japanese government gives you to make sure it has GPS tracking capabilities to make sure you're not leaving the hotel. You're not where you're not supposed to be, and you have to on here report like your health, and there's like a button that hits like I'm here, mark your location and stuff like that. But overall, glad to be here in the hotel, but there's a lot of rules, right? It is quarantine in the truest sense of the word. We cannot leave the room unless it's for temperature checks. You have to do those every day at a certain time. To go to this kiosk on the 34th floor, it's the highest floor, and it's basically like a convenience store. They took a room on the 34th floor and then put a whole bunch of like snacks and stuff in there and made it into a convenience store. Uh, or to use to the microwaves. Really anytime from 9 to 9, and or do your laundry. So, and all of those times except for the microwave, really, you can only go at a certain time. For the kiosk, it's from 9 to 11 a.m. and then there's nothing, and then from 7 to 9 p.m. Those are only 2 hour slots, and there's jets from all over the world here, from London, the States, Canada, you name it. And so everyone's assigned a time to go to these things, to the kiosk, to the to do your laundry. And yeah, they even have, and I haven't done this yet. They have a common room where they're gonna let us meet other Jets for the first time. Well, I mean, I'm not gonna say it's for the first time because we've seen each other, especially all of us from the same consulates. Obviously, we came here together, but since we've been here, I think I've rarely ran into anyone. You can probably be like, "Hey, y'all trying to meet up at the microwaves real quick, warm up the food," because they give us breakfast, lunches, dinner as well. Uh, Pretty good food for the most part. Very healthy. Very different from my diet in the States, and I was expecting this. I'm looking forward to losing some of these pounds. Uh, and but some of it's meh. Most of it's meh. uh, but yeah, lounge. We have 2 days in the 2 weeks where we can meet with other Jets for 15 minutes. Like actually meet with Jets, like officially. I don't want to say legally. It's not illegal to meet with other Jets. but it's there's time carved out into our schedule to meet and talk for 15 minutes. And I'm like, okay, okay, I see that's what we doing. But really, I'm in this room. I'm in this room all day, most of the day. Uh, and my sleep schedule, whack. Like it's not even jet lag anymore. Cause I really slept like 10 hours on the flight, and it was a 13-hour flight. So my jet lag. It's not an issue with jet lag. It's more like the sun comes up at 5:30 here, and it's fall. It's about to be winter, and it's coming up at 5:30. They don't have daylight savings in Japan, so it's sun come up early, and when the sun come up, I'm up, like because it's just shining into the and through the window. Now they do have the curtains that block out the sun, but I don't like having those closed at night because honestly, it ain't that bad. Like I just don't like it when it's too dark, right? So it's on me that the sun hit my eyes every morning. I can't complain, but I'm up 5:30, 6 o'clock almost every morning, and it get dark at 6 o'clock, right? 5:30, 6 o'clock over here. So it's already dark right now. It's about 6:30. It's already the sun's down. I'm getting tired. Like I'm already like at that point. I'm like, sheesh. So I'm probably gonna stay up. I'm probably just gonna be up for another couple hours, maybe to 8, 10, 8, 9, 10, and then go to sleep. Do it all over again tomorrow. Because we also have orientation stuff that we have to do, right? It's not like we just in here doing nothing. We have videos we have to watch. For AOTs, it's different. I'm a CIR, and all of my videos are in Japanese, so I really gotta focus. I gotta focus. Otherwise, I'm just gonna be like, miss everything. So, uh, yeah, orientation stuff every day, temperature checks every day, uh, time slots for the kiosk, time slots for the laundry, time slots for the common room. You can technically use the microwaves whenever you want, when it's if it's in between 9 and 9, 9 a.m., 9 p.m. Uh, but other than that, you can only go to the 34th floor and the 18th floor. 18th floor is where the laundry's at. 34th floor is where everything else is at. Temperature checks, kiosks, microwaves. Uh, if you seen on any other floors other than those, probably they gonna catch you, pull you over to the side. What's going on? Why you down here? What you doing down here? What you doing over here? What you doing? You don't we ain't got you ain't got no time slot right here. We didn't designate this area for jets. So yeah, just it is like you can go stir crazy in here. Like I've literally it's like at points just walked back and like paced in the room because I didn't have anything to do. I had done all my orientation stuff and I was just like I'd watched videos, YouTube videos. I watched listened to podcasts, audiobooks. I'm just like I'm bored. I am bored and I don't know what else to do. And so we've all been doing quarantine. It's been about 2 years now since this whole COVID stuff has happened. So we know what what quarantine can do to you. But I have to say I am happy that I'm quarantining in Japan and not back at home. Right. So again, lucky to be here, and I'm looking forward to like this Sunday, the end of this week. Today's Monday, the 15th. As of this recording, I will. It'll be my last day, the end of my 2 weeks, and I'll be heading down to Saga Prefecture on the 22nd. So if I don't record another video between now and then, my next videos will be in Saga at my new spot, at my new apartment, and I'll probably do. The I've already uploaded the room tour of the hotel, my quarantine hotel. Then you'll get an apartment tour because the apartment actually looks pretty nice. Looks pretty nice. I don't think it's got a heated toilet seat though. Unfortunately, it's kind of sad. But yeah, yeah, that's it. That's uh, that's all I got for you guys. Quarantining in Japan. If you come now, if you've been to Japan before, it's totally different, right? You have to quarantine no matter who you are or who you're with. I think they've changed the amount of days you have to quarantine though now. I think it's like 5 or something, so like a week. So we came at the worst possible time. But I think even with like jets, because we're with the Japanese government or whatever, they're like, nah, 14 days in the hotel. Yeah, don't matter what happens, it's 14 days. But right now, you come, you have to quarantine. You have to tell them where you're gonna stay, who you're gonna be with, how you're gonna get there, all that good stuff. And once you're there, you're there, because you have to put that stuff in your phone, and if you can also download the apps. There's 3 apps that you need. You can download the apps on your own phone and kind of do it that way, so you don't have to rely on their phone. We have to rent a phone. They gave us these phones. I don't think we have to pay for them. If we gotta pay for them, I'm gonna be mad as hell. But I digress. Um, it can suck. These 14 days it's only been 8 days for me. These 14 days is going. I'm gonna remember these. They're gonna go down in infamy for me. Uh, but I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to be here. Every time I look out the window, I'm like, damn, I'm in Japan, but it still doesn't feel real. It's because I'm just in this room. I know it's cold as hell outside, but I can't tell that. I've been in this room in this warmth uh for a little over a week now. So yeah. Uh so whenever they decide to open up the country again, I hope to see some of you guys coming on through. Hopefully you guys don't have to go through the 6 checkpoints, the infamous 6 checkpoints to get through, just to get to customs. Uh, Hopefully this Corona thing dies down. They open up the country a little bit and start allowing tourists to come in because their economy hurting. They need some people to come in. But also they like, nah, COVID, we ain't playing with it. All right, so that's the end of this video. I hope to see you guys on the next video and in Japan if you guys can make it on over here. Hopefully by the time this video starts circulating around on YouTube, it has aged well. uh, in the sense that the borders have opened up, they're letting in tourists, and you guys don't have to go through the 6 checkpoints, and you guys can just come in and do the do for however long you're here to do it. But yeah, I'll see you guys on the next video, and let's do it again. Peace.